Hello, everybody. This is Domo. I am domo.com. AskDomo. And today we have a great question, and let me read it here. My friend was involved with a man who she claimed she did not love and did not treat her well. When I expressed my opinion, we ended up not speaking for about 6 months. In those 6 months, she broke up with him. After they broke up, she called me, and we've since rekindled our friendship to the level that it used to be. Recently, she decided that she is tired of being lonely and has again rekindled the relationship with her ex-boyfriend. I don't think this is a good look, being that he treats her very poorly and she doesn't love him. Initially, my question was, should I talk to her about how I feel in regards to her rekindling her friendship and how I worry that her being with him will cause problems in our friendship? But now my question has changed. What kind of friendship do you have with someone if telling an uncomfortable truth means risking being friends? That's a very good question. I think that um, anybody who has a good friend, I think most friends can say that there have been some type of division or some type of lag moment in some capacity when it comes to friends and significant others, and I think so. I think that that's a part. It's an important part of being a part of a friendship, and I think that that's something that you learn to cope with. Um, but your question, though, is in regard to what type of friendship you have if the one person in the friendship is unable to really hear feedback that you have. And I think that um, you can't take on the role as someone's mother. You can give them advice, you can offer your opinion, but you can't expect them to take your opinion and then just make a decision purely based on your opinion. Because, I mean, I'm thinking that, if, and I'm sorry, I'm going into your earlier question too, but I think that if, like if I decided to live my life based on what my friend thought, like solely, then like my friend does not have the ability to help me remedy maybe the loneliness that I'm feeling. So I have to take all accounts in consideration. And if I'm intimate with someone, like of course my friend doesn't know the level to which I'm intimate, and I think that sometimes friends make a mistake of only telling partial information, or only giving pieces of information, or only communicating about their significant other to other friends, like when they're angry or when something is happening. And I think that the mistake that happens there is that if you do that, then you are building sort of this image of your significant other to your friends that's not healthy, because that's all that they know is like, gosh, when you were with him or her, you weren't happy or you acted a certain way. So I think that that's one thing to definitely consider. I think that your friendship, you have to decide what it is that your friendship is built on. I'm quite certain that your friendship is not built upon, some significant other, but your friendship ought to be built on principles and shared values and shared goals and shared hobbies and things like that. And so something like who somebody chooses to be with romantically shouldn't have an effect on that. At the same time, you should definitely communicate to your friend that you want to be able to feel open communicating with her about things that have to do with her well-being, because that's what friends do. So she needs to know, and she needs to trust that you have her best interest at heart, and she needs to be comfortable with the fact that you're going to come to her and say, this is how I feel about certain things. And if she's not comfortable with that, then she's going to have to learn to not even communicate with you anything about her significant other, because the result of her communicating with you about her significant other is that you're going to be like, number one, I told you so. Number two, I don't like him anyway. Like, so she needs to be able to take that into consideration. And if your friendship totally dissipates because of a significant other, then yes, this is not a good friendship in the first place. So that's just something to think about. I don't know if that necessarily answers your question, but something to think about. And I think that being a good friend does require that you communicate with her, because I I'm thinking about times when, like, I had friends that were in relationships and I didn't really feel it, but it wasn't my role to say anything, because even though they would complain to me, and then down the line, like, something happened or they broke up and the relationship didn't move forward, and I would say stuff like, well, see, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it, and they were sort of mad, like, well, why didn't you say it? Because you could have helped me see the sign. Well, it was none of my business. So everybody, but I know that if I would have mentioned it then, they would have been mad. So, you know, it's a gamble, but, you know, like, when you have the best interest of your friend at heart, you know, sometimes you just have to take that risk. So hope that answers your question.